Our new universal UVF mount is based on NATO-style rails with quick release. We've got our 15mm tube clamp, 15 rod and NATO rail, our UVF sled, and here we have our adapter for small HD and Alphatron. Now the way this works is we got our 15mm tube clamp attached to our camera cage here and our UVF sled on the NATO rail. Now you can adjust the position of the sled on the NATO rail, and you can also depress the pin to quickly remove the UVF sled. Now we've got three different configurations. Here we have the Centeroid on the UVF sled in the standard configuration. Here we have a Zacuto with the UVF sled flipped in the upside down position, and the Zacuto UVF features an image flip so you can still view the image upright. And here we have the small HD DP4 attached with our small HD and Alphatron adapter. Now to give you a quick idea how this works, just push the UVF sled onto the NATO pin, slide it on, and lock it down. Now you have a knob on top here for tension, and the viewfinder can move with minimal friction. If you want to increase the friction, just turn the knob for tension, and it'll increase the friction on the viewfinder mount. Now there are a few optional accessories for the universal UVF mount. We've got our extension arm here, and this adds additional length to the NATO rail. So if you want to put your viewfinder further back on the camera for a studio configuration, you can do that with this piece. Now we also have an eyepiece leveler attachment that will attach to the extension arm, or it'll attach directly to the NATO rail on the UVF mount. Now this is great for if you use an ARRI eyepiece leveler. Now the way the extension arm attaches is the same way that the UVF sled attaches. Just push the pin down, slide it on, and lock it down. Then you'll take your UVF mount, depress the pin, slide it down. Now you've got your UVF further back for if you're shooting with the studio mode. This is also great for if you're shooting handheld and you need to get the viewfinder far forward. And also the extension arm has its own knuckle, so if you want to position this with several points of adjustment, you can configure it quickly. Another optional configuration is if you have our NATO style safety arms, you can attach the knuckle directly to the safety arm. Tighten the thumb screw down, and now you've got an UVF attached directly to your cage and further back for a studio configuration. Now if you take the extension off, you can take your UVF sled and attach it directly to the safety arm. This configuration is great if you want to keep your setup as compact as possible. All of these parts are available in our store now.